We're going to move on now. I'm going to bring in Sinead. Welcome, Sinead Butters. Do you want to say hello and introduce yourself and talk a little bit about the work that you're doing as an example of some really brilliant stuff that's happening in housing?
Great, thanks, Julia. Yeah, and really appreciated hearing Jane's comments about the university world and the link to the civic universities. So thanks for that, Jane. Yes, from a Aspire housing point of view, I'm chief exec of Aspire. I've been with the business for over 20 years now, and chief executive for the last 15. And we're based in North Staffordshire. And some many years ago, probably shortly after I joined, we asked ourselves what our purpose was and what we were here for, because in my world, you can, as we say, tart up the houses all day long, but actually if people are living less than good lives in those houses, then what is the point? So in order to kind of fulfill that ambition, sometime probably 2008 now, we bought a training company, and that training company was called PM Training. It's now called Achieve Training. And in that time, I think every year we've been training something like 2,000 to 2,500 people each year, some young apprentices, mostly actually those who are kind of furthest away from the world of work. And we bring the group together in three parts: the Aspire Housing, which is what was a stock transfer. Newcastle Borough Council sold its properties to us, so it's a stock transfer with concentrated properties in neighbourhoods across Newcastle. We operate, and that's Newcastle under Lyme, not upon Tyne, or Jane and I would know each other better, I'm sure. Although Keele University is a close anchor partner with us. And the group has got three parts to it: the housing part, the training part, and our charity Realise. And our training part is a private training provider that makes a profit each year, and that profit goes into our charity Realise to help people into realise their ambitions, help them into work through breaking down barriers and giving them a start in life that neither of those two businesses would do. So Aspire as a business is a over £50 million turnover business. So we're kind of pretty big business where we are. We employ about 450 people, and we're really keen to see that we act as a catalyst for learning, for education, for people to cut their teeth in the world of work. And I can talk a little bit more about that later on. But in particular, what I would like to see about our business and have strived, if you like, to achieve over the years is to act as that economic catalyst, and that everything we do in the way we work, not just what we do, but how we do it, creates opportunities for local people, creates opportunities for local business, and enables our business, if you like, to invest in those communities to help them flourish and prosper, but also in doing so creating those opportunities for people to get into the world of work. So I think about it as 450 hearts and minds and hands and feet and all that capacity, and all of our investment opportunity enables us to say, well, okay, so we've got something like 9,000 homes. How can we make the areas that we focus on better? How can we support the community to get what they want out of where they live? And a lot of the work we've been doing has been looking at the quality of our provision. And I've always said to my team, if you're standing back by something that you wouldn't live in or your family members wouldn't live in, then it's not good enough for us either. And therefore, we've been really challenging about some of our older persons accommodation, our sheltered accommodation. Again, saying, well, if it's not fit for purpose, then we're going to have to find new ways of working. And that often means being able to redevelop our unfit schemes, working with the council, working with our local authority partners and other stakeholders to develop, if you like, master plans in areas that uses our assets, the county's assets, borough council's assets, sometimes health assets, to create a vision of something better that better meets the needs of our community, but in so doing, being able to offer this higher quality product, but through connecting with the opportunities for apprenticeship. So we make sure that we ask our contractors to give us a 1% donation to realise our charity, and we make sure all our development partners give a charitable donation. We're about to really, really squeeze every ounce of capacity out of our numbers. That means going back to refinance our business probably for the third or fourth time in our history. And in the next couple of weeks, we're going out for another £145 million, which will bring the next 5 years years worth of investment to about £250 million, and that's going to be £250 million invested in improvements to our homes, but also tackling some of these blighted areas where, if you like, no other developer would do it, because actually when you look at the finances, this does not pay back. It does not pay back over 30 years or 40 years and sometimes 50 years. But if we are not here to help areas flourish, help tackle blight, help create a better environment, then if we're not here to do that, then what are we doing? Because this is what we're about. We're a social purpose vehicle. We're not public sector. We're privately financed, but we have those values, that anchor values about this is our backyard, and no one else will do what we do, and we should make sure that we can do it. So that's everything from sustainability to investment in the stock to our safety work and building safety, and spending that £250 million really well by focusing on our neighbourhood areas, developing neighbourhood plans to be able to say this neighbourhood, through the evidential analysis, through talking to our customers and partners, needs these sort of interventions that might involve specialist housing support. It might involve more work in terms of employment and skills, better use of our assets in that area, redevelopment of some of our schemes, some new build going on, and a whole kind of approach to investment that enables us to then lobby better and lobby locally better, but also work with our local authorities through town deals, which we've got some fantastic local success stories with town deals, where we've got 2 deals in Newcastle alone. High street funds are going in, we're working with those 2. I'm on the local enterprise partnership board, so I'm making connections between, and the local authorities always already there too, making connections between employment and skills and the physical infrastructure investments I've talked about, but also making sure that where we develop these neighbourhoods, we do so in partnership with others, so that we understand the kind of trajectory of the neighbourhood, so that we can help those neighbourhoods have a better and improved trajectory. And wrapping this all around with an employment and skills kind of wrapping, which says that we've got an Aspire to Work programme where we can signpost our tenants to support to get into work, which is confidence building, CV writing, and help job search for them. We've got a team of fully funded people who have got the experience to do that, help people into work in that way. We offer the apprenticeship programme through our training provider, Achieve Training, which really kind of successfully takes young people who would ordinarily perhaps have fallen out of college or maybe not have achieved their, what they were capable of achieving. And we, with very, very targeted, bespoke, smaller classrooms, off-the-job training, and using Aspire and our associated businesses, contracting businesses, to give them the chance to get a CV strengthened and oversupply ourselves with these young people, but give them a wraparound support that helps them use this as an opportunity to kind of grow as a person and learn more, and then be able to move on into further opportunities such as jobs and training. We've got business connections, about 1,600 businesses locally, and we work with those businesses to help them move our apprentices that have gone through our records, but also those who have come to our training company and who are looking and are ready to move straight into the world of work. So we set ourselves a target of 10% of our employees are young people. So you go wherever you go in our business, you've got young people who, have just changed the dynamic of the way in which sort of like it feels to work and our culture in Aspire. So in all, really, for me, it's about having a very clear strategy. It's about making very, very strong connections with your local partners, business partners, and other anchor institutions, about being clear about the contribution you can make, absolutely sweating your capacity so that you've got every pound you can find going back into that community, making the difficult decisions about long-term patient capital, and that's patient as in having patients rather than having patients who are in hospital, and having that patient capital that enables us to take a long-term view about our investments, sweating our capacity, as we've said, and then wrapping back round with the employment and skills work that means that how we do it creates all those supply chain opportunities and really, really kind of, if you like, gets us to sort of concentrated focus in neighbourhoods with nailed on capacity, a long-term sort of business that will operate here for many years to come, hopefully creating a better place and opportunities for people to enjoy a better quality of life.